today's mission is dress up those panels that I did yesterday. I did manage to get all 3 panels on, but I didn't get as far as I wanted to because it didn't matter what I did. Something always sent me back. And my head was a little bit all over the place. So today we need to dress it up and maybe try and get something else done before I head off to work. See how we go. It's now 11:30. I had to have a forced little sleep in, otherwise by the time I get home from work after my first shift, I've been like closer to 30 hours awake. So change of plan. Got home from doing a little grocery run for Carla. Actually, no, it wasn't for Carla, it was more for me. And Valen's gone to sleep, and my workshop's right next to his bedroom pretty much. So when I start the table saw up, it's just going to wake him up. So finishing off those panels isn't an option at the moment. So I'll jump to mowing the front lawns because I never mowed them the other day, and they desperately need to clean up. And the weather's supposed to pack it in tonight and stay that way for the next 5 or so days. So first things first, I need to fertilize the garden before it rains. It needs a fert, and then we'll go from there. Now that I'm out here, I think I might need to weed my garden too. It hasn't been that bad. And then just in this last week, I mean, I'm more because of the rain and everything, I haven't had a chance to come out here. But some of these weeds and random spots have just taken off. So I'll quickly weed it too, or just a few patches at least, before I go and mow the lawns. Obviously I don't have to water the garden because it's about to rain, but I need to at least fertilize the cabbages and stuff like that, so when it does rain, it will wash the nutrients through the soil. Now there's something about getting in and ripping up a heap of weeds. There is science behind it that getting into the garden and getting your hands dirty, there's a type of fungal that lives in the soil that your body absorbs through the skin, and it actually lowers depression and increases serotonin levels.
Alright, so I just want to jump in on here. I got my wires crossed as I was saying that earlier. It's not a fungi, it's a bacteria called Mycobacterium vaccae. It's actually in the same genus as Mycobacterium tuberculosis, which is TB, but it's not dangerous. It's very common, lives in all the soils around your garden everywhere. And studies show that as humans have moved from living out in the wild to urban environments, we're losing a lot of our exposure to beneficial bacteria that helps our bodies regulate certain immune systems and other things like that. So this Mycobacterium vaccae can get into our bodies through cuts in your hands and inhalation, and if so, don't wash your hands properly, or ingestion, and it causes your body to start producing more serotonin. There's more of a science behind it, but I'm being broad. Within that, obviously making you happier and feeling more relaxed. The science behind it shows that the heat-killed bacteria version of this actually caused mice to produce different neurons in their head and behave differently and do things differently, opposed to ones that were fed the live version. Ones that were fed the live version could actually navigate a maze twice as fast as the controlled. So it's really cool. Quite fascinating, this sort of stuff, when you really look into gardening. Who would have thought gardening?
I think also the aspect of just getting out and getting your hands dirty, getting amongst everything, getting a job done always helps. Sometimes it's just that procrastination, and getting out there in the first case is the biggest leap. These fantails don't like me at the moment. I'm right next to their nest. They've got a nest above the garden, and they keep warning me with their little clicks. They're the cutest little birds though.
Now I just need to put all this into there. When composting, much like the dog one, you put your nitrogen and your carbons in here. Nitrogen's your greens, carbon's your browns. I put it into this one first, keep turning it every couple of days afterwards. It gets all nice and hot, kills everything off. I then move it into this bin here to mature a bit more. I'll turn it sort of once a week, and then I turn it in, put it into there, and leave it to mature. When I go from this bin to this bin, I use that sieve there to get out any sticks or twigs that have made it through, and then from there I'll probably use a finer one again. They'll go out to the garden. And just like the dog poo one, you need to turn these if you want. You can do the lazy man method, which is just put it in there and leave it, or you can actively keep turning it, and actively turning it keeps all the microbiomes in there and bacteria and everything like that. The good ones are all healthy and happy, and they kill off any of the weed seeds with the heat and any other bugs, and it just becomes inoculated with goodness for the garden, all the nutrients you need and just life that you need for the plants to grow healthy. And in doing so, doing it actively, it actually composts a lot faster compared to your lazy man method, where you just make a big pile and then leave it for a year. Whereas if you do this, you can have a cube of compost within a couple months, providing you've got the supply of carbons and nitrogens and stuff to make a cube of compost in a month or two. Stalks cut off, washed. I'm going to take them inside and do a final wash. They say animals take after their owners. Surely it's not the same for vegetables. Right, Dre? Yeah? You reckon? I hope so.